Guys, welcome back to our channel. Happy Halloween. I don't know what I am. I don't know what I am. What are you?
I am Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
How y'all like this guy?
Harry Potter. Anyways.
I left my wand at home. I was really upset about that.
So this is our Halloween special. Today we're going to be talking about Ronald O'Bryan.
The Candyman.
The Candyman. So due to I forgot what I was about to say.
We'll be right back.
Due to the graphic nature of this killer's crimes,
viewer discretion.
Viewer discretion is advised.
She messed up the whole intro.
I've been practicing for that all day, and it just came out terrible. But anyways, that's what we're going to say now on. So, let's get into the dark side of humans.
Had to adjust the camera, had to give her a
Pretty good. So imagine, everybody loves Halloween. Not everybody, but majority of people love Halloween, especially when we're kids. We love it now. We love to go trick-or-treating. We love to go dress up. But imagine the people that's supposed to protect you, to keep you safe, endangers you, kills you.
Your own pappy.
On Halloween. Let's get into Ronald O'Bryan. So we're just going to start. Ronald O'Bryan.
Oh.
Ronald. I thought it was Robert too, but I looked it up before we started.
I did too.
Ronald O'Bryan.
I want to call him Robert.
So it's 1974, Halloween night. He took his son. I'm not going to say his son's. I forgot his son's name. Timothy. Took his son Timothy and his daughter trick-or-treating.
And a couple other kids.
And he went with a guy from church. They decided to go to the guy's neighborhood because he lived in a richer little city outside. And this is outside of Houston, Texas. A little small town outside of Houston, Texas. So they're trick-or-treating, going from door to door, getting their little candy. And they come across a house that doesn't have any lights on.
What's the rule? What is the rule for houses with no lights?
Don't go pass by. They're not giving no candy out. But we've done it when we were kids. Like maybe they just
I didn't do it.
So
I went to the rules. I was a good trick or treater.
They went and knocked on the door. Of course, nobody answered. So they run to the next door. But Ronald decides to stay at the house and continue to knock. So he comes back and he mysteriously has 5 big pixie sticks. Those big pixie sticks. He has 5 of them. He said the guy opened the door, stuck his hand out, didn't show his face, just stuck his hand out the door and gave him 5 pixie sticks. What do you think about that?
My thing is this. I'm that friend that's like, where the hell you get them pixie sticks from? And why you not leaving this house with us? I question my friends all the time. I question her about her kids. Like, who gave them that? Where did it come from? So...
And my overprotective ass, I don't know why she questioning me, because...
I do it. I still do. It's just nature. My thing is the guy that was with them, because Ronald goes to the door with the kids, and the other guy waits for them to come back to meet him. So I would have been like, yo, come on, what are you doing? We're going to the next house. Why are you still at this old creepy looking house? Like, I don't understand why his friend just let him linger behind and then let him pop up with the candy.
Mysteriously comes with it. So,
like, my common sense would have been like, throw them pixie sticks out.
So he has the pixie sticks. He gives one to his son, gives one to his daughter, and gives it to the 2 other children. So he has 1 left. So they finish trick-or-treating. It starts to rain. It's raining. They're starting to get uncomfortable. It's cold. So they, let's call it a night. So they go home. So they go home, kids are still outside trick-or-treating. They're knocking on the door, and he has that 1 pixie stick left. He said, who wants this pixie stick? And the little boy's like, me.
I go to your church.
Yes, I go to your church. And so he gave him the pixie stick. So right before little Timothy goes to bed, he says, Dad. And at that time, they didn't check the candy. They didn't check their candy.
But even if they did, the pixie stick was stapled. It wasn't sealed.
It was stapled. Yes, it was stapled shut.
So you open.
Yeah. It was stapled shut. So he said, Daddy, can I have 1 piece of candy before I go to bed? So his dad was like, yeah, why don't you eat the pixie stick? So the little boy couldn't open the pixie stick because it was stapled. So the dad was like, let me open the pixie stick up for you. So he opens the pixie sticks. He
Tell
pinches.
boy to lean his head back.
Yes, he pinches it. You guys know about the pixie sticks. You got to pinch the top, then open it so you can get the powder out. So he pinches the top, pours the pixie stick in the son's mouth. And it sounds like, this tastes funny, Dad. It tastes kind of sour. Like, it tastes bitter. The dad said, this fine. Just keep eating it. And poured the pixie stick in his mouth. Within an hour, little Timothy started convulsing on his bathroom floor. He's throwing up. He's shaking. He's foaming at the mouth. His dad's in the bathroom with him, holding him.
Trying to console him.
So the ambulance comes, he dies on his way to the hospital. So he tells them, my son had this pixie stick. So the cops are like, shit, where did you get these pixie sticks? How many did you have? He said, I had 5.
They got back all 5 pixie sticks. Or 4.
4. They got back. Yeah. So he told them where the 2 little, it was easy because the 2 little kids, they went trick-or-treat. They knew where the house. So they went to their house. It was a little tricky about the little boy that went to church with them. They finally figured out where he was at. They went, looked through all of his bag, all his belongings. No pixie sticks there. So he goes upstairs. He is asleep in his bed, holding,
they get scared.
Holding the pixie stick asleep. He didn't open it yet. He just fell asleep with it in the hand. So they got it. So little Timothy died. So they did an autopsy. No, they didn't do an autopsy.
Yes, they did.
Oh yeah, they did an autopsy. It came out it was cyanide.
They did an autopsy after they started being concerned, like, where did the dad get this stuff from? And they did the autopsy so they can have more evidence to go against the dad.
Yeah, so
because he started being a person of interest.
So they do the funeral. They're still thinking that it's just, they're poisoned. But they want to know the origin of these pixie sticks. Where did these pixie sticks come from? So at first, Ronald's acting like he don't know he doesn't remember the house. He doesn't remember the neighborhood. So finally he's like, oh, I remember exactly what house I went to. So they went there, he told them, and they found out the owner of the house, he was at work. He had over 200 people that can vouch for him. So the cops were like, the furthest it goes is Ronald. It ends with him. Where those pixie stick come from ends with him. So then they get a call from the insurance guy. It says that on October 3rd, he bought two life insurance on his son and his daughter for $10,000. But the month before, he's got 2 for $20,000. Then he opened up another. So all together of the life insurance they got was $60,000. They were even trying to why don't you get this life insurance for when your kids get older? He was no, he wanted it then because he knew he was going to kill. He planned on killing both of them. But he just ended up killing his son. And it turns out that he's in debt. He's about to lose his house. He's about to lose his car. He's an optometrist. So he was stealing and embezzling money from the company. He was just way in debt. So his whole plan that night was to kill his kid. It wasn't to kill the other kids.
Some people's debt is different than my dad. If I'm in debt, I'm not going to kill my kids. I'm going to go to my mama's house or I'm going to move in with you. I'm not going to kill my kids. But any
normal person, though, any normal, not psychotic, would think about killing their children because you're in debt.
A lot of people do, though.
That's because they're not normal. That's not normal. That's not normal. They feel like I can have another one.
What would you do if you was in debt?
Like I said, moving with my mama. I've been in debt before. And I have moved. We moved to Mojave with you because we was in debt. So you already know what we would do if we was in debt. I'm not gonna kill my children. I don't even have life insurance. I should get some. But yeah, so that's not a normal thing to do, is kill your children. But anyways, so it comes out, and then he's at the funeral telling them that he's gonna take this trip so he can heal from his son's death, and he's gonna buy all this stuff.
All sad.
He's about to buy all this stuff, and people are like, "This is just not normal. Why are you discussing this at your son's funeral?" But anyways. So they finally have enough evidence that they arrest him. He's still, I didn't do it. I'm innocent. That guy gave him the pixie sticks. He's kept with it. So they gave him the death penalty. He got convicted.
It took the jury 71 minutes to convict him. He got 1 count of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder.
So of course he appealed it. It took him 10 years. For them
almost to the exact day.
A month to the exact of the 10-year anniversary of his son's death. So he got executed.
On his way to the lethal injection table, he's still saying he's innocent.
And he literally said, "I forgive you guys for your hand in my death." And you couldn't even give your son the
courtesy
peace,
to say sorry,
or just the peace. Yeah, I'm not like he's dead, but this is what I believe, that you really don't have peace. Like, he was taken, he was murdered, and then your dad, you not even give him peace to apologize and to admit that you killed him. You still to this day are playing innocent, and you want to blame, and you want to say, "I forgive you guys for your hands in my death."
And let's backtrack to the evidence. He went to multiple places to purchase cyanide, and every place they were like, "Well, we only got this little bit, we only got that little bit." So he was going around town to find cyanide. The main ingredient in the pixie stick that killed his son was cyanide.
It was pure cyanide.
Yeah,
pure cyanide.
He just gave him straight cyanide. He didn't even mix it with
That's
no
what
candy.
within an hour. But see, back then, even in 1974, they had laws. You had to have a license for them to be able to give you a certain amount of cyanide. They can only allow to give you a little bit, depending on like what you're trying to kill mice or whatever you're gonna do with cyanide. They cannot give you, it was a license. You have to have a license to own a business or whatever to get the cyanide. And they said he gave that boy enough cyanide to kill 4 adults.
He was stealing cyanide from work too.
4 adults. It's really sad because poisoning is painful.
Very.
It's very painful. Your whole body is just trying to get this poison out. So you throwing up and you're convulsing. And
this is a baby.
He was 7?
This is a baby.
And your daddy is doing this to get money on Halloween. On Halloween. And he dressed up as Planet of the Apes. At that time, that movie just came out. And it was very popular. And everybody was like the Planet of the Apes. So he dressed up in his little Planet of the Apes. He thought he was just going to have a great night. He was safe with his dad. He comes home. He asks his dad for the last piece of candy. His dad literally feeds him poison.
And kills him.
Feeds him poison because he got himself in debt. That boy had nothing to do with his debt. You got yourself in debt. Like, why didn't you poison yourself, get life insurance so your family be fine?
On your wife. Where was the mama at?
The mom was there
in the 70s and the 80s,
in the 50s too. Because
it's like the moms were like,
she didn't even know.
Says,
she didn't even know that they were in debt. Okay, she didn't work. She's a stay-at-home mom. The dad takes care of the finances. She thought they was living. She thought they were fine. She did not know that literally you're one bill away from being your house foreclosed. You're not gonna have a car no more.
I don't know what I would have like. She left him.
Yeah.
After he was convicted, she did leave him.
She divorced him right after.
And she remarried, and her daughter took on the new husband's name, so she didn't have to relive.
Yeah. When she's over, like, everybody knows that last name. They know the story of it. Yeah. So they changed her name so she wouldn't have to. And she could have took that candy.
Why didn't he kill her?
He just gave it to the son. And after the son started convulsing, and I don't even think he realized it was going to go and affect as fast as it did.
They say parents do have a favorite kid. Maybe the daughter was his favorite kid.
Maybe. But yeah, so the day he got executed, people are out there holding signs. And one guy, and he was the first guy in Texas to get killed by lethal injection. And when they did their lethal injection, they screamed out, "Trick or treat," while he died.
I don't even know what to say about this. I've been quiet on this one because this was his own kid. This one just was. I love Halloween, not for I ain't no devil worshiper or nothing like that. I love to dress up, as you can see. And I love trick-or-treating and I love candy. I just can't imagine using this holiday to kill a kid for profit. And that's what it was. It was all for profit.
And he
deserved to burn in hell.
Thank you. And I'm not saying, don't take this wrong way, but you do it so fucking dumbly. Like, people that kill their wives or do your research. I'm not saying like you should kill, but do your research. Like,
why kill anybody? Go be a criminal.
That's what I'm saying. But do. This is not advice.
Go get another job.
Yeah, so don't take this as advice. But do your research. Where do you really think that story was gonna? Do you really honestly think
a hand just came out the door?
That story was going to hold
like Lurch from Adam's Family.
He said literally it was a hairy arm came out of the door with 5 pixie sticks and then goes back in and closes the door. And you're like, oh, here, kids. Here's the pixie sticks.
It gave him the pixie sticks.
Come on, man.
I'm not laughing. Like I laugh to keep from crying. And I'm really sad about this story.
She's really
because
sad.
it really touched.
And we decided to do this story because we want to tell you guys, check your kids' candy.
Or do what we do. Before COVID.
Before COVID.
We will let the kids go trick-or-treating. We'll take them because, you know, they want to show off their costumes and all that. But then we go into the room and say, oh, we're going to check your candy. Give us your candy bags. We take all that candy. We dump it in the trash bag. We throw it away and we fill it with candy that we bought from the store that we opened ourselves. Do not even trust chucking the candy because sometimes you might be tired. You might have had a drink or two while you was walking with them kids to keep you from going crazy and you don't check the candy correctly. It's $10 at any store. Buy a big bag of candy. Dump out the candy that you got from trick-or-treating and give them the fresh candy. That's all it takes. Put your children first and be safe. Yes,
we went, and she's smart. I didn't do that. We was lucked out.
No.
we just lucked out. I'm not dumping shit. We just checked the candy.
Well, as a kid, my parents checked the candy, but me, I ain't gonna lie.
I checked the candy.
I'm lazy. I'm not checking all that.
I made sure that it was sealed. There was no rips. Even with the pixie sticks, I was iffy because if it was stapled, that means you can open it and staple it back. If it wasn't sealed, like with heat, like sealed it, I never really gave my kids pixie sticks.
I'm too lazy.
Yeah, I checked it. That's actually a good idea. I never thought about that. I would just give them the candy.
Know. They never
because we literally would check the candy with the kids. Like in front of them, we would check the candy.
I know.
And we lucked out that we never.
Well, we stopped doing that. Like when edibles really started popping.
Oh yeah.
Because people were, putting edibles. And
that's like, why would you waste your edibles on these?
They were putting edibles in like sealed bags. So
I'm not wasting no edible on no children, okay? That's gonna stay with me.
So yeah. When the edibles started really popping and just buy a bag of candy, dump it out.
So the moral of this story is
quicker than me having a drink at the end of the night.
The moral of this story is there's monsters out there.
Even in your own home.
That's why I decided to pick this story on Halloween about a father poisoning his own child because they're real evil out there.
Mothers, check your bank account.
I mean, be a part. I know this. I'm not even going to bring this up.
No.
I know you want to be submissive. It's a new thing to be submissive, but no.
That ain't no new thing. Submissive is old.
But no, they're trying to bring it back.
You could be submissive, but know how much money you got in the bank.
Still know what's going on in your household. Like, don't give full control. Just know what's going on in your household. Know your money, where your money is. If your house is foreclosed, ask questions. You know what I'm saying?
Check the mail.
Don't be so blind where you think that everything is fine. And because I've heard many stories, guys are in debt all the time and the wife does not know. And then at the end, they're like, why are we moving?
Husbands are serial killers and the wives don't know.
But there's been signs. You've seen Evil Lives Here.
But I'm talking about the Grand River killer. His wife had no idea.
A lot of them don't. And it's like, how can you protect your children for somebody you don't even know is a monster? I mean, there's not too much of a backstory behind if he was ever violent, if he was ever abusive. He was in the church. He was, nobody ever suspected. It was all about money.
All about money.
Money is the root of all evil.
It is.
Now, money's not evil itself, but it brings it out.
Things that people do to get money is evil. Now that is the story of the Candyman, the white Candyman, not the black one.
Not the black Candyman. And there's like another serial killer called Candyman. Maybe we'll get into him later. He was.
The Candyman can.
That man was crazy. But
I'm about to go watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
So that was our Halloween special.
Why are we just sitting there? She get drunk too fucking
I'm
fast.
tired. Okay, I have a long day at work.
She get drunk too fast.
I had a long day at work.
Basically, check your kids' candy. Look out. Don't go to dark houses. But this year, I don't even think
most people
are virtual trick-or-treating. I don't know how they're going to do that, but good luck. So this year, I don't got to really worry about trick-or-treating, but...
And don't kill your kids, okay?
I know there's a lot of people in this world that can't have kids, and they would kill to have your kids. So, give it to them. Don't kill them. Just get a second job. Or go home to your mammoths.
Or don't get in debt.
Sometimes you can't help it.
I mean, that much in debt? Like $60,000 in debt.
Don't live above your means.
In 1974. I'm pretty sure that's some millions in this.
They didn't have no EDD scams popping back.
I know this video's not very organized. It's a special, okay? We'll get back on track. So anyways, like, comment, share. I see y'all commenting, like 4 of y'all. I appreciate it. If we make that like 6 or 7.
If you guys do have any stories that you want us to cover or have any questions, leave a comment and we'll get back to you. And
hit that like button. The more you like the video, it actually helps our channel out. It lets YouTube know that these videos are liked, and they'll put us up at the suggestion page.
Are you talking too much? And just like, comment, and subscribe.
I'm not talking too much. I'm letting y'all know the real. Comment, like the video.
See you in the next video.
Where's my thing? Oh. Goodbye.
It was a nightmare.